Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Grab yourself a cup of tea and let's talk some boxing. Now, Oleksandr Usyk will be trained by Vasily Lomachenko's father/trainer, Anatoly Lomachenko, and this will be in preparation just for the AJ fight. Now, he coached both of them for the 2012 Olympics and does primarily train Lomachenko in the pro game, but he does make exceptions for Usyk's big fights. Now, of course, this will be a welcome addition for Oleksandr Usyk, and he is only there because this is a big occasion and an extremely important fight for Oleksandr Usyk. Otherwise, he would likely not be involved because his focus is primarily on his son, and aside from that, he won't be heavily involved with Oleksandr Usyk aside from these bigger events, the most important ones for Usyk. Now, he does often give guidance and advice to Oleksandr Usyk, but he's never heavily present when Usyk is preparing for the likes of Derek Chisora or Chaz Witherspoon. Down at cruiserweight, he would have been involved perhaps with some of the bigger fights, but this you would have to say is the biggest one of Usyk's career. And that's saying something because he's been a world champion at cruiserweight, he's been unified, undisputed, and World Boxing Super Series champion as well. He's won gold at the Olympics in 2012. So he's had some pretty big moments during his career, but you can see how Anthony Joshua is the biggest mountain he will have to climb. Now, it seems to be quite split as to what fans think will happen in this fight. Some say that Usyk will outbox AJ, beat him on points, maybe stop him late, break him down, wear him out. Some say that Anthony Joshua is just going to walk through him. Now, there are some of those in the middle who say it's going to be a tough fight for both, and an intriguing matchup. I believe it will be tough for both, but I don't necessarily believe that Usyk can wear Anthony Joshua down, break him down, because I think that it takes more than the tools that Usyk has to be able to do that to AJ. Because I believe that the way in which Oleksandr Usyk imposes himself on his opponents like he did against Tony Bellew, because let's be real, Tony Bellew got worn out and he got tired. That was kind of the reason why he got stopped, more so than being hit by a big punch that he didn't necessarily see. Now, he didn't really see the punches that were coming, but that was down to fatigue, and Tony Bellew, you could see, was just knackered at that point in the fight. When he sat down on that stool at the end of the 7th, you could see how tired he was. I believe he even said to his coach that he was just absolutely knackered because his coach asked him, Dave Caldwell, he said, "You're tired, aren't you?" And he said, "Coach, I am knackered." In other words, of course. But in the next round, he ended up getting stopped. That was down to Usyk imposing himself, pressuring him, forcing him to make mistakes, but also landing punches on the counter when Tony Bellew at some points was trying to goad him, trying to showboat at times, I think, and there were a few moments that Usyk was just too good, too sharp, and had the punch dexterity in order to catch Tony Bellew when he was kind of employing that bravado. Now, that is not something you can really do against Oleksandr Usyk and not pay the price. Of course, that was down to Tony Bellew trying to use certain tactics to get in Oleksandr Usyk's head. But that aside, Usyk was able to break him down. Are we willing to believe that he is able to do exactly the same thing to Anthony Joshua? Now, of course, it's different. Anthony Joshua has different weapons compared to Tony Bellew. But you would imagine that those who believe Usyk can wear him down and stop him, or at least just beat him on points, they believe that he can do something similar to AJ as to what he did to Tony Bellew. But the thing is about Anthony Joshua is he has physical advantages, strength, size, and weight. That will help him navigate Oleksandr Usyk, the punching power as well. It is going to be difficult for Usyk, especially eating up those jabs and those hard right hands that land also. The thing is about Anthony Joshua as well is he doesn't just throw a straight right hand, he throws a hook, he throws an uppercut, and he has a good left hand as well, power in both. So there are many different punches that he can land, and different things he can do. He's not just a big, strong, one-dimensional fighter. There are things he can do in the boxing ring that he has learned during his career that will benefit him. Now, this is not a puncher versus a boxer. like say Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3, because we've seen that twice before, and of course Tyson Fury became the puncher, and Wilder could not become the boxer. So in that situation it was a little bit different, but AJ is not someone who Oleksandr Usyk can just navigate with his boxing ability, because perhaps he does have certain advantages like the footwork, the movement, and the speed, but AJ is an explosive, power punching boxer who can box off the back foot and he can go forwards as well, work on the inside. So I do think if Usyk's plan is to go down to the body, get up close to AJ, I think AJ will be happy to do that, and he can use his size and strength to tie him up, lean on him, turn him, be the tougher man in there, and those little things could be the difference in this contest. I believe that Anthony Joshua will be working on ways to thwart what Usyk is doing, to not allow him to get into a rhythm, because that is what Usyk does. He doesn't necessarily start all that fast. He is working out his opponent, seeing what might work, what might not, looking for little gaps here and there. Now, if Anthony Joshua does not allow him to download that data to find his rhythm and disrupts it early on, then it will be difficult for Usyk to establish a foothold in the fight. And I do believe that that is what AJ will do. So bringing in a coach like Vasily Lomachenko's father, someone who has had that level of success with his son Vasily Lomachenko, but also with Oleksandr Usyk in certain important fights during his career, I would imagine that that might give Oleksandr Usyk some added confidence. Nevertheless, Anthony Joshua has a very good team of his own, ready to get him prepared for this fight we are led to believe is going to happen on September 25th at Tottenham Stadium when the London Derby is on, when Tottenham are away at Arsenal. That is very interesting that they are going to go on that day. It's actually orchestrated very well because they are fighting at Tottenham Stadium and Tottenham have a big derby match that day away at Arsenal. So the football, then going straight into the boxing. That's actually a good plan, I believe anyway. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also leave a like and grab that subscribe button. Thanks, guys.